Yeah, Dr. Paul here, and for this video, what I want to do is show you all how to use my beauty supplies business plan template, specifically the financial model, how to use it from scratch and create your own financial model for your beauty supply store. By the end of the video, what we're going to have is we're going to have your profit and loss statement where for year one, from month 1 to month 12, broken into quarters. Your income statement for the next 5 years will be done. Break-even analysis, which is going to tell you how many customers you need to service on a daily basis in order to break even. And also it's going to show you a business valuation based on the cash flows. All right, so let's go ahead and have a little bit of fun and get into it. So the first thing we're always going to start with is going to be the daily sales. And I always start with, let's project how many customers you're going to get into your business, your beauty supply shop. Now, this is completely, we are ballparking, we're spitballing here. And so we're going to go ahead and start with a number. Let's say we're going to go ahead and get 30 people into your shop on a daily basis. All right, so the next thing we need to do is we need to take a look at what our supplies are going to be. What are we going to be offering? We're going to be offering high-end beauty supplies, or we're going to be offering quality but budget-friendly beauty supplies. And then we need to go ahead and kind of estimate what a customer purchase is going to be. What is going to be the average ticket? Again, most people don't know this because they haven't opened up a shop. This is just, you coming up with your ideas and setting a budget. So we're going to say that the average customer ticket is going to be about $50. The next step is going to be how much we want to mark up our products. Are we going to go ahead and mark it up 100%? We'll go ahead and put 50% here. Or we can just change whatever the variable cost is. The variable cost is simply just how much are we paying for our beauty supply products, and then we is how much we're paying for the beauty supply products. The next step right here is going to be we need to determine how many days are we going to be in operations. Are we going to be open 7 days? Are we going to be open 6 days? And for this particular situation, we're going to go ahead and say we're going to be open 6 days. Once we do that, our financial model is going to go ahead and calculate our revenues. So our revenues are all locked in, ready to go. Now we just need to go ahead and deal with our cost. The next step is going to be is how much do we want to go ahead and pay ourselves on a monthly basis. So we've got the owner, and then we've got any kind of management. All right, so the owner, let's go ahead and say we're going to pay ourselves $50,000. Our managers could be $40,000. So let's go ahead and total that up. So we're looking at about $90,000. And then what we want to do is we want to take that $90,000 and do I have enough zeros here? Let's take a look. 1 second. Yeah, so 90,000. So next thing what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take that 90,000. We're going to divide that by 12 to give us a monthly average. We're going to take that $90,000 and we're going to divide that by 12. There we go. All right, so that's $7,500 a month in a manager and owner salary. Next thing we need to do is identify how many employees we're going to have. Let's go ahead and say we need about 4 employees, and we're going to pay them $15 an hour. And we are going to go ahead and work them 40 hours a week, which is 172 hours approximately a month. So now we got our labor taken care of. And again, what we're doing here is we're building the ceiling, we're building the floor, we're building the walls for our beauty supply financial model. Once we are done with that, then we go back and we do the research and we take a look at it, the location. Are we going to be able to handle 30 people? We're going to take a look at the hours of operation, 6. Do we need 4 people on top of a manager and salary? We just need to get our thoughts and ideas in order. And then what we need to do is we need to align this to our target of how much profit we need to have, or how much profit we need to make, and then from there, we massage the numbers. So step number 1, getting our thoughts online, which is what we're doing right now. Startup cost. How much money are we going to throw at this? How much money we're going to coming out of pocket? Let's say we've got $20,000 that we can come out of pocket with. The loan is going to be what's called a plug number. This is going to be the last number we include. This is going to be the difference between all of our costs and how much we are paying out of pocket. Okay, build out and initial purchase. Let's go ahead and say we are going to be leasing a location, and to lease it and to build it out is going to cost us $35,000. Next is going to be working capital. How much money do we want to have in the bank day 1 of our beauty supply business? How much money we need to have in the bank to keep the lights on and to pay our salaries and such. This is our cushion, so we're going to say $20,000. Miscellaneous equipment, we're going to need some shelves, we're going to need some tables, and maybe some display cabinets. So we're going to go ahead and we'll call that $15,000. Furnishing and decor, we want some things on the wall. We want some nice lighting, so we're going to call that $10,000. Inventory, we definitely need inventory. I mean, we're selling beauty supplies here, and that's the whole point of the business. And so we're going to go ahead and say $50,000 for inventory. Next is going to be supplies. So supplies is going to be is different from inventory, where supplies you're not going to be selling. Supplies are going to be like your soap for your mop buckets, your brooms, and so on. And light bulbs, definitely light bulbs. And so we're going to call the supplies 2,000. Advertising. The advertising for this line right here is you need to let your community know, your followers know, that you are going to be opening up a beauty supply shop. You need to get the word out before you even open your doors, or you're going to open your doors, no one's going to be there. So we're going to go ahead and dedicate $7,500 to our advertising. Office equipment, we're going to need a computer. We need maybe a POS system. Let's go ahead and go with 7,500. And then licenses, we'll call 1,500. Miscellaneous, this is any kind of surprise that we're going to have that we don't expect when we're doing our opening. So, miscellaneous, a good example of miscellaneous is going to be your security system for your shop. When you're not there, you want your items protected. Maybe some cameras out there and such. So we're going to go ahead and we'll call miscellaneous. Let's call that $6,000. All right. So now what we have here is we got $62,500, and we're coming to the table at $20,000. So we need to take that $62,000 and back out $20,000, because that's the money that we are coming to the table with. That tells us we need to borrow $42,500 in order to attain all of our startup costs. All right, now when I put that loan amount of $42,500, that immediately populates down here in the loan information. We'll talk about that in just a minute. Next thing we need to do is we need to talk about the fixed costs. The fixed costs are going to be what we're going to be accruing every single month, day one, once we open our doors. So we're going to have rent, let's call this $3,000. Utilities might be $450. And then office expenses, let's call it $300. Insurance, we'll call that $200 a month. Accounting and legal, we'll call that $100. Advertising. So advertising, how are you going to be advertising? You're going to be doing social media advertising. Are you going to be advertising in local newspapers? What is going to be your mode of advertising for your beauty supply shop? You need to consider that, add it together, what you're going to be spending monthly. We'll call it $2,000 for this particular scenario. And then finally, for the fixed cost is going to be the catch-all. What are we not thinking about every month? These are for our surprises. So we're going to say we're going to have quite a bit of surprises, so we'll budget $750 for that. Next up is going to be the tax rate. We're going to go with 1% tax rate. And again, that's just something you can go ahead and calculate. And then we got the growth rate. So now what do we anticipate our growth rates to be for the next 5 years? So in this point right here, we need to consider, are we going to go ahead and expand online with our beauty supply shop? If we are, then we need to take that consideration for the growth rate. We also need to consider if we're going to open up a second or third or fourth beauty supply shop. And when are we going to do it? Are we going to open up a second one in year 2, a third one in year 3, and then a fourth one in year 5? This is the area in which you need to go ahead and consider that, and then make the growth rates appropriately. We're going to say that we're going to keep the one shop. We're going to say we're going to grow it by 15% for the first year, 10% the second year, and 5% every year after. Next is going to be your cost of goods sold. This is when you have to consider how much your cost of goods are going to increase on an annual basis, taking into consider inflation, taking into consider tariffs, and all that good stuff like that. So we're going to go ahead and say for the foreseeable future will be 4%. How much do you want your salary and your manager's salary to grow? Let's go ahead and say 3%, and that's again on an annual basis. Labor, let's go ahead and grow that at a 3% as well. And then for advertising, as your beauty supply company becomes more and more well known, you might be able to pull back on the advertising. Except, of course, if you're going to be growing and expanding, then you might be increasing that. So we're going to say we're going to grow by 1%. Next is going to be office growth. We're going to go ahead and call that 2%. Utility growth rate is going to be 2%. Legal, 2%. Insurance will go with 2%. And then growth for other, we'll call it 2% as well. The last section is going to be our loan information. And for the loan information right here is going to be, how much, we already know we need $42,500. We figured that out up here. So what we need to decide now is how much is it going to be the interest rate? What is the local lender going to charge us? Let's say it's about 10%, and typically a term you're going to be able to get for a business loan is going to be about 10 years. All right, so once we have all this information right here, what this tells us, if we take a look at it here, is our revenues are $497,000 with a net profit of $41,000. $41,900. This is well below where we need to be in order to go ahead and open up. We need to massage these numbers. So let's go ahead and take a look at the number of people. So 30 people. Let's go ahead and say we can find a location for 40 people. And let's say our variable cost, we're going to charge a little bit more, so we're going to bring our variable cost down to 40%. We're still not at the number I want to see. The net profit that I'd like to see for my clients is about $100,000. So we need to massage these numbers further. So let's go ahead and say the average price per ticket is going to be about $50, $55. Good. So now what we have here, what we know is if we keep the labor in line, the startup cost in line, the fixed cost in line, the growth rates in line, we need to get 40 people in our door with an average price ticket of $55 and a variable cost we need to keep it at 40%. If we achieve these three numbers, our net profit is going to be $107,000 for the first year. And here is the profit and loss statement for the first 12 months, month 1 through month 3, month 4 through 6, and so on. And again, keep in mind, you can go ahead and purchase this template at the link below. Also, the income statement right here shows us what our net profits are going to be for the next 5 years if we are able to hit our revenues and we are able to maintain our costs, $107,000, $144,000. And here's the beautiful thing. I love my break-even analysis. What this tells us right here is if we hit these, if we hit 29 people, so right here is daily number of customers. Sorry about that. Customers needed daily. Oh, I got that. So what this tells us right here, and let me fix this. What this tells us right here is the daily number of customers needed to break even are 29 customers. So now we know, without a doubt, if we get between 29 customers and 40 customers, we're going to break even. And between that 29 and 40 customers is where our profits are going to be. Anything over 40 is exceeding our expectations, but our target is going to be the bare minimum is 29 customers in there daily. That's going to cover our salary as well as the manager's salary and so on. But we want to target 40. Finally, we have our, right here is going to be our, and again, my apologies, give me just 1 second here. This right here is our valuation. So the business valuation right here is $1.7 million. So what this means is based on the cash flows, based on the investment, if we hit our revenues, and if we maintain our costs, the value of our cash flows is going to be $1.7 million. The value of the business based on cash flow is $1.7 million. Not bad for a $62,000 investment. All right, hopefully this information was helpful. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. Hopefully y'all found this information helpful, and if you are looking for an industry-specific business plan as well as a financial model, check out the link below. If you want some more information on how to better understand your financial projections, check out my Beginner's Guide to Understanding Financial Statements and Financial Ratios. It's published on Amazon as well as on my website. And then finally, go ahead and please like, subscribe, and go out and make a little bit of money.